Well, g'day everybody. Welcome to another edition of Australian Paddock. A bit of a strange one this time because I'm doing this intro video later than the rest of the video because this video is about us making our first wine. Now, had a bit of a sad year. The reason I haven't done many videos is because we've lost both of our mothers this year and haven't really felt like it, to be honest. So in this video, it's a bit of a recap of what happened during the year. I took some videos of the process and I took some photos of the process, so it's not my best video, but I hope that it gives you an idea of what we did. And you can see on my left here is the finished product. It's our bottle of wine. And we named it after our two mothers, which it's a Rosato Sangiovese Italian, so we called it named Madri, or just Madri on the label for short. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and we hit 1,000 subscribers this week, so thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Today is a very exciting day because, as you can see behind me, we're taking off the nets because we're about to pick. And it's our Sangiovese, normally a red wine, but because we can make two wines from one grape species, if you like, we can make a rosé. And if you've ever had a Sangiovese rosé, they're crisp, they're dry, what you call the Provençal style, which is not a sweet rosé. Forget about rubbish sweet rosé. This is nice, dry, pink, beautiful wine that goes with a lot of different foods. So it's an ideal wine to make. So now we've measured the Brix / Beaumet / specific gravity over the last couple of weeks, and we've reached a Beaumet of 11.8, which is, I think, is a Brix of 21.4. Now that's lower than you do for a red wine, but it's probably a little bit high even for a rosé, a dry rosé. So that's why we're picking today. There's a little bit of weather around, but it's not too bad. A couple of millimeters of rain last night. So we're taking off the nets. Now normally I would take them off with the machine, which is our first go, but it's just as easy to take them off by hand. So I'll just show you some of the grape bunches. And then essentially we're going to be picking them. We're going to be taking them to the winery where the wine's going to be made. The process there will be to press the whole bunches, get into the fermenter. That takes enough colour out of the skins to give us the pink of the rosé. So it's a pretty simple wine process, and it's going to be a pretty simple picking process too. We're going to be picking by hand is fantastic. The trick is to be careful with the fruit. Treat them like they were ripe peaches. You pick them carefully into your hand, then you place them carefully into the bucket and you pour them carefully into the big container to take them back to the winery. Now, there's going to be some damage, of course, but the minimal damage means the better quality wine. That's why hand-picked wine is always better. So let's have a look at some bunches, and we'll take the rest of the nets off and we'll start picking. And as always, please like and subscribe my videos. I appreciate it. Any questions? Leave them in the comment section below. Let's see how we go. Look at these nice bunches of grapes. Absolutely beautiful. A little bit of rain from last night, but yeah, look at them over here too. A little bit of green. Now that's okay. Again, we're making a Provençal style, and that just means it can be a bit drier. And some of the green berries will actually add a bit of acidity, which actually in fact helps the white wine, because white wines are relatively acidic. pH 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, thereabouts. That's what we're aiming for. Now we do have vines where we've dropped fruit, because the worst thing you can do is try and pick everything. That's how you make rubbish wine. Essentially you want as almost as little fruit as you can get out of the vineyard. So, and we still have some establishing vines. So that's the next step, picking. So here we are at Welshman's Reef Winery, and this is where our wine is being made by a great team here. So what we did was we've picked our grapes into a bin that looks like one of these. As you can see, they hold about half a tonne, and we picked 132 kilos. So once the wine was in the bin, it was tipped into this press here, and this press pressed the wine, and the remnants were transferred directly into our little stainless steel fermenter. And here is our little 100 litre stainless steel fermenter containing our wine. And there's the colour of it. I don't know if you can see, you won't be able to see it very well. I'll try and get a bit of light behind it. It's really a lovely light pink colour, which is what you get when you press red wine, Faroni, and straight from the grapes into a fermenter. That's how you make a rosé. And then we've done our initial tests on it. So the first thing that we've done is we've checked the pH. And as you can see, the pH is nice and low, which is where it should be, around the 3.4 mark. That's perfect. Now, the next thing that we did was to simply pitch the yeast. Now, you could use the natural fermentation of the yeast on the grapes, but you get better results if you can add the yeast. And here is the yeast that we added. We just used what was written on the packet and used the appropriate amount. Simply pitched it in with a jug, and then it's been left to ferment for a number of months. So here we are in the lab of the vineyard or the winery, and our wine has been fermenting for about 4 months, and we have tasted it, and it's a little bit green, probably because we picked it a little bit young. Now, and that means it tastes a little bit bitter. So one thing that we can do is we can take some of that bitterness out with some findings. We have here some pea protein. So what we're going to do is measure out approximately 20 grams for the amount of wine that we have, and simply mix it through, and then we'll be bottling in a couple of days, because this can't sit on the wine for too long or it'll take out other flavours. So I'm going to weigh this out and chop it, put it into our wine. Okay, so now as part of our intervention to try and get rid of the green taste, we're just going to gently pour our pea protein, very gently, with minimal, we're trying not to splash it all, into the wine. Just put it around and just let it naturally just sort of take out some of those bitter flavours as best we can. So we're just going to stir that through, make sure it's reasonably mixed. Again, just very gently. And now that that's done, we can let that sit, and in a couple of days we'll come back and that'll be filtered and we'll be able to bottle the wine. Well, I hope you didn't find that video too bad. But really the main question that we're asking here is, how did it go and was it worth it? So, here's our bottle of wine, and we've probably drunk about a case of it. And is it the best wine that you find on the shelf? No, it's not. Is it very good? Yes, it is. The way I describe it is, given this is only the 4th year and it's our first vintage, this is the worst wine we make, then it's going to be a fantastic future of making wine. This wine is a nice colour, it's got a lovely flavour, it's nice balanced acidity. It just has this hint of what I call a green flavour, but it doesn't necessarily make it bad, it just makes it different to a wine that you get off older plants. So it's a first vintage. I think it's fantastic. I'm really excited by what we're doing here, and I'm looking forward to the next vintage now. And I would thoroughly recommend anyone who wants to have a go at this stuff to have a go. Has it cost a bit of money? Yeah, a little bit, but not too much. As a hobby, it's fantastically fun. I hope you like this video. There'll be more in this series. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.